What's up, guys? It's your boy Jay, wishing you a happy Thursday. And today I'm going to talk about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, I was one of the fortunate people who got this game early access, so I've been playing it. Like, I really unlocked everything, well, every one, before the game even officially released. Like, I unlocked all characters, and then after, I ended up unlocking all the alternate costumes. Before I continue, I want to say that I love this game. This game is amazing. Okay? So don't let my complaints that I'm about to give right here be all like, oh man, he really hates this game. No, I love this game. This game is super awesome, and it's almost everything that I've been wanting since the original Tenkaichi 3 back in 2007, which I played the hell out of, man. That game was good as hell. I genuinely hope that, future updates fix whatever problems that I may have with this game. Starting with the character roster, since I kind of touched on that in my previous Sparking Zero video where I was showcasing it on Steam Deck. I do hope that, future patches for the game end up getting this game verified on Steam Deck the same way that it did for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is Steam Deck verified, so I can only hope that this game becomes Steam Deck verified with a lot of tweaking. A lot of people have showed me tweaks to get the game running at a full 60 frames. Of course, the resolution will take a hit and all that stuff, but either way, some people have modifications that have the game set up to run perfectly on Steam Deck. I have said that online battles are impossible on Steam Deck. No. The truth is, from what I understand, the frame rate that you are running has to match the frame rate of the other person playing you. So let's say you're running at a 40 frames per second on Steam Deck and the other person is running 45, the match will end. But if you're running 45 and they're running 45, the match will continue. Your frame rate has to match is all I'm saying. This could be mitigated by letting us select our own frame rate, the same way that a lot of other games released this year have. You can set 30, 60, or the maximum refresh rate of your monitor, which mine is a 144 hertz monitor FreeSync. Having said that, going back to the topic at hand, the character roster, I did complain that there were no Dragon Ball original characters. Like, the only Dragon Ball character you have in Sparking Zero is Teen Goku from Dragon Ball. And he doesn't even have a Great Ape transformation, an Ozaru transformation. In fact, none of the Saiyans have an Ozaru transformation, which, I kind of understand, but at the same time, this is a follow-up to Tenkaichi 3. And in Tenkaichi 3, almost every single Saiyan character came with a Ozaru transformation. We also had characters like Celipa from Bardock's team. Now, I understand that, Bardock is Dragon Ball Super in this one. I don't care. We should have still gotten Celipa, we should have gotten King Vegeta, we should have gotten Tambourine, we should have gotten Demon King Piccolo. How can you forget Demon King Piccolo? General Blue, Ader, Aurelie. Like, how are you going to nix Aurelie? She is like, oh my god. Seeing Aurelie in Sparking Zero throwing hands with Beerus and other characters that are like these, like Jiren versus Aurelie would have been so hilarious to see, man. And the thing is, I know that they're going to be DLC in the future. And of course, I mentioned that, my favorite character, Chi-Chi, is not playable, despite the fact that she was playable in Tenkaichi 3. Like, this is a follow-up to Tenkaichi 3. I expect, at the very least, the same base roster, plus all the additions that have been added to this franchise ever since that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, the models and all this and the animations, you could have just copied them. Just, up-res their models a little bit, copy them. But I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how any of this works. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm probably just talking nonsense right now. In fact, I know I'm talking nonsense right now. But, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and also, this character select screen is so awfully bloated. Like, why can't I just select, End of Z Goku, and then a collapsible menu, a sub-menu opens where I can choose, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and, oh, man, I didn't know that Super Goku had, oh, man, that sucks, actually. Super and End of Z, whatever. They have different They have different things. But that's another thing, they're talking about 180 characters. And I'm like, yeah, 180 characters. Except the fact that they're counting all these different Gokus and all his forms as separate characters. So I know that we're getting DLC with for superhero, which I'm confused why superhero characters were not they weren't included in this game, because superhero's been out for a while. It has been out for a long while, you know what I'm saying? I am very confused why superhero is not here, but I get it. They've been working on this game for the past 5-6 years. I can let it slide, I suppose, but I just know that they're going to count they are going to count. What are they going to count? They're going to count all the different forms of Gohan and Piccolo as their own separate characters, which those 20 characters they promised us in the DLC is going to fill up pretty fast. You know what I mean? But yeah, the character roster, it's not lacking, but it's not 100% what I wanted. And I'm starting with that because it's kind of a nitpick. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people told me, well, who really wants to play as Chi-Chi? It's like, well, who really wants to play as Babidi? Who really wants to play as Frieza Soldier, Apul, or Kui? Who wants to play as any of these characters? Well, someone out there loves them. You know what I mean? I personally don't care for Spopovich, but there are some people out there who, I guess, like Spopovich. At the very least, having the option is, it's welcome. It's warranted. I like having the options, But, yeah. Another big criticism I have for the Sparking Zero is the episode battles, the story mode for the game. Now, I want to say that I also had issues with Tenkaichi 3's presentation of the story mode. Although, I did prefer its presentation over what we have now, because at the very least in Tenkaichi 3, you had, those episode selections, but, they were like homages to the manga chapter covers, which I thought was really neat. But, ultimately, I still think that Budokai 1 on the PS2 is like the best story mode for any Dragon Ball Z fighting game ever. And I wish we would have gotten more of that, but people would have complained, I'm sure. It would have just been the same old shit. Budokai 3 story mode was very fun. But anyways, back to Sparking Zero. I don't like the presentation of the episode battles in Sparking Zero. The presentation is just a PowerPoint presentation with very minimal, there's no voice acting. Like, there's no narrator talking about, like, and then Goku and Piccolo went to fight Raditz. It's just literally just you have to read it and you have to progress it. And also, I don't like how certain characters literally get cut off. Like Vegeta, for example, his episode battle ends at the Buu Saga, despite the fact that he played a pretty significant role in Dragon Ball Super. You know what I mean? A very significant role. There's no reason that Vegeta's saga should have ended at the Buu Saga. Oh, man. A lot of characters really got shafted. And then there are some that were very confusing. You had Goku Black's character saga, which was only ever going to last a little bit. You know what I mean? And there were plenty of, like, Goku Black what-if stories, which goes into my next complaint about the episode battles. A lot of the what-if stories are kind of boring. In the sense that, the what-if story extends to, the bad guy wins, the end. Then, Vegeta or Frieza, rules the world, or what have you. And then there's, like, what-ifs that are really good. But there's more bad what-ifs than there are good what-ifs. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's favorite what-if that they're talking about is, they're talking about Gohan, where he fights Gohan Black. So, yeah, the episode battle, there's some aspects of it that I really, really like. Like, I love the Sparking episodes. I really love the Sparking episodes. So, I wish there was more Sparking episodes and less, like, a PowerPoint presentation of these, of the sagas, you know what I mean? At the very least, give us more control, because, Another thing that I have issues with is the costume selection. You're telling me that you went to the trouble of making a whole model for DBS Videl, and you don't even offer her as a costume for Videl? You know what I mean? Like, I don't imagine. And also, Great Saiya Girl. You know what I'm saying? Great Saiya Woman. Why does Videl not have that? Why is Great Saiya Girl not a transformation for Videl, or just her own character with her own moveset? Like I said, this is stuff that was in Tenkaichi 3, and the fact that it's not in Sparking Zero, it's I don't know why. And as far as when it comes to characters like Pan, I know that they're probably going to be like superhero Pan because different character entirely. Whew. But I think that really exhausts most of my major complaints. The costumes are lacking, the character roster could be a lot better, and the episode battles are just they're kind of lacking in my personal opinion. I do wish that, the game was perfect. Unfortunately, it isn't, but no game is perfect. You know what I mean? I absolutely love that I can play as these different characters, and I absolutely love Johnny Young Bosch's Brawly. It is, oh my goodness. Johnny Young Bosch really improved because I've been listening to him on the Dragon Ball Legends game, where they basically patched out Vic Mignogna's voice. And I do think that Johnny Young Bosch is doing a better job than Vic was doing. So, yeah, there's that. I have not played a single online match because I don't really play these kind of games online. There are a lot of people who are saying, oh, man, the competitive, part of this game is not very good. To which I would go, you can't play this game competitively because the mission statement was, let's go ahead and make the most broken, unbalanced game we can make. So complaining about that. Oh, I just found another complaint. There's a very real lack of stages in this game. Like, a very real lack of stage. Like, how come there's no Glacier stage so we can make Gogeta versus Brawly? How come there's no Hell stage, where you fight Janemba, where, Hell is filled with jelly beans? How come there's no Planet Tuffle or Planet Mecha or whatever? Like, there's a whole... But why is there no space stage where you fight in space? Oh, man. It honestly sometimes feels like I'm grasping at straws here, and I'm really just yapping at this point. But you got to understand my frustrations, no? Like, as much as I love this game, there's a lot that could have been done way better. But anyhow... I think that about covers most of my complaints for the game. Like, most of my complaints were just that. I haven't experienced a netcode, so I can't say much. There is plenty here to do, and I do know that, future patches and future updates will have, they'll have a lot of, they'll address a lot of my little nitpicks here. Although I'd argue that a lot of what I'm saying aren't nitpicks. Like, episode battle, I don't really believe that's a nitpick because I've talked to at least 3 other people who agree with me in that, the presentation and the episode battle could have been better, and what have you. But yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Things could have been way better in this game, but the fact is, we have this game now, and now that it's here, I hope that it gets as much support as Xenoverse 2 has gotten. I hope that it gets a decade of support. Like, I definitely cannot wait to see all the characters that I wished for, and to see, hopefully, Dragon Ball Super manga content. Moro and Grundle. I know that there's like a whole rights issue there, so I'm not going to hold my breath. But the modders got me, and the mods for this game have already been crazy. Anyhow, I've been your boy Jay. This has been a whole-ass yap session about Sparking Zero and what I dislike about it. But I want you to know I love this game, and I'm running on the Steam version, by the way. So if any of y'all want to play with me, let me know, man. Let me know, and I'll play. I will not do ranked. I will not do ranked, and I will pick characters like Pan. I want you to know that ahead of time, okay? And when Chi-Chi gets added to the game, I will be playing as her a lot, okay? So don't get me wrong. Anyway. If you have the game, keep playing it, man. Let me know where you're at in the game. Let me know how you like it, dude. Because, hey, just because I don't like aspects doesn't mean that people don't disagree with me. There are people who agree and disagree. And that's all that matters. We all are just one harmonic fan base. You know what I'm saying? Let's have fun with each other, dude. Anyway, I've been your boy Jay, and peace out, bro.